Hey sixth graders, welcome back. Today we're going to do an exercise called Read, Talk, Draw, Write. And research says that our comprehension improves when we talk about what we read. And also if we draw it and write about it.
Good morning, staff and students. If there's anyone in the building who needs a Chromebook today because they were not here for deployment, please come to the Media Center. If something is not working properly with your Chromebook, also, please come to the Media Center. Thank you.
And back to the lesson. So what you're going to do today is read a passage. Then I'm going to tell you it's time to talk to your partner. Then what you're going to do is you're going to flip this sheet over, and I want you to draw a simple sketch of what you read and what you talked about. And then I want you to write what you remember talking and drawing and reading about. And you're actually going to do this 2 times per segment. So I want to show you an example. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, so I will signal you to read. All right, everybody, time to read. Begin. Another way to understand the carvings is to ask a type of scientist called an archaeologist. Archaeologists study human history by looking at the evidence people left behind. Archaeologists do not study dinosaurs, paleontologists do. Archaeologist, a scientist who studies past human life and activities by examining physical evidence such as tools, fire pits, ruins, and dwellings. Okay, there's still time to read, so I'm going to keep reading. Another way to understand carvings, okay, carvings is important, is to ask a type of scientist, okay, scientist called an archaeologist. Archaeologists study human history, so human history by looking at evidence people left behind. Archaeologist, a scientist who studies past human life and activities by examining physical evidence such as tools, fire pits, ruins from time. All right, everybody, turn to your partner and talk about what you read. You have 30 seconds to do so. Also, cover up your notes and try to talk from memory. Okay, an archaeologist is somebody who studies past events, and they might look at fire pits and tools, and they're scientists. Okay, what do you remember? Oh, I remember that they also are scientists. They study the ruins and dwellings, and they study human history, and they don't study dinosaurs. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, now it's time to flip, everybody. So now you're going to draw. Okay, so let's see, an archaeologist. He studies, so maybe I'll do like a magnifying glass. And then, I remember he studied something like about a fire pit. Archaeologist. Study humans in history. Okay, now I'm going to actually have you read it again. So you don't have to finish this the first time. So now we're going to go back and have a time to read. All right, everybody, time to read. Another way to understand the carvings. Oh yeah, carvings is ask a type of scientist. Okay, so an archaeologist is a type of scientist. Archaeologists study human history by looking at evidence people left behind. Archaeologist is a scientist who studies past human life and activities by examining physical evidence such as tools, fire pits, ruins, dwellings. So tools, fire pits, ruins, dwellings. Look at evidence. All right, everybody, time to talk. All right, partner, I remember that archaeologists study, they're scientists who study history of people, and they might look at tools to understand history. What do you remember? Oh, I remember that archaeologists are scientists. They don't study dinosaurs, but they examine evidence like tools, fire pits, ruins, stuff like that. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, everybody, time to flip and then draw. Okay, tools. Okay, so they study, maybe there's tools, like I don't know, maybe like a spear or something. Archaeologists study human history by examining tools people left behind. All right, so that's about it. So what you're doing today is you're going to be reading a passage. You can highlight and underline. You're going to talk to your neighbor about it. You're going to flip your sheet over then, and I want you to try to draw images and write what you talked about and read about, doing it from memory rather than turning over and copying it. So I want you to do it from memory. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the details. I just want you to have a few important details. All right, everybody, let's get started. Have a good one.